This is the story of our song as Americans. The Star-Spangled Banner was written during the War of 1812. This war was fought between the United States and Britain. America had already won its independence from Britain in the Revolutionary War, but in 1812, Britain began another battle with France. In order to compete against the French military, the British were capturing American sailors on cargo ships and forcing them to serve in the British Navy. They were also stealing the cargo on the American ships so that the United States couldn't trade any of their goods with other countries. The war lasted for 4 years. During that time, many American prisoners were captured by the British and kept on ships. A young lawyer from Baltimore, Maryland, named Francis Scott Key, was sent to the British ships to try to negotiate the release of American prisoners. While he was on the ship, he and the prisoners heard information about an attack that was being planned by the British on Fort McHenry. The British believed that this attack would bring the Americans to surrender and would end the war. The British kept Francis Scott Key on the ship because he knew of their plans to attack the fort, and they didn't want him to warn his fellow Americans. On September 14, 1814, while Mr. Key was still on the ship in the Baltimore harbor, the British made their attack on Fort McHenry. High above the fort flew the American flag. As Francis Scott Key watched the superior British military attack, he looked for the one signal that would help him know if the Americans either won or lost the battle: the flag. As darkness came and the battle raged, Key continued to look from the boat, straining to see as the bombs lit up the air. As the sun rose, Francis Scott Key saw that the flag was still there. This actual flag can be seen in the Smithsonian Institute in Washington, D.C. Francis Scott Key was so moved by the experience that he wrote a poem on the only paper he had, the back of a letter. This poem was originally called The Defense of Fort McHenry and was published in a newspaper. By 1931, it had been set to music, and President Herbert Hoover declared it to be the official anthem of the United States of America. Because the words to our national anthem were written in the 1800s, they can sometimes seem confusing. Here's what they mean. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light? Can you see the flag? Is it still there? The sun is beginning to rise. What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming? We saw it there last night. Is it still there? Whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. It's our flag, flying bravely through the battle. Or the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. Ramparts are the walls of the fort. We can see our flag flying over Fort McHenry. And the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. The explosions from the battle show us that the flag is there. Oh, see, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? The flag is still flying over our free and brave country. Whenever you hear our national anthem, it's important to show respect and patriotism to our flag. Many brave Americans have made sacrifices for over 200 years to keep our land free and safe. When you hear the Star-Spangled Banner, stop what you are doing, stand up, face the flag, remove your hat, put your hand over your heart, and sing along. This song belongs to you as an American.